everybody? It's 10 Round Tuesday, and it's another fun class at 10th Planet Austin. Today at the 11 a.m., we focused on the Crucifix. We're transitioning from the truck to the Crucifix. Very similar positions, kind of flipped around. We worked on the controls. I showed a counter called the Peterson roll, and I showed some of the wedging position you need to maintain a solid Crucifix when you get there. Hope you guys enjoy. Check us out, all socials, like, subscribe, and follow. Let's do a couple hip extensions. So if you were just at a fitness class, they'd have you sit like this, you'd rock back, and you'd hip extend, rock up. But if you're at Jiu Jitsu class, you can do the same. You can turn, rock back, triangle, and then when I come up here, I can do this, and I can go shot, and go back, triangle, up, shot. You guys can do that. Try that out. Emilio, no problem. Give me a nice hip pop at the top. Keep mobilizing, stretching while we talk. I'm going to tell you what's coming up today. The warm-up flow we're going to do is going to be a hybrid of some of the techniques we've done the last month. So if you don't got all the techniques in the warm-up flow, don't stress. No big deal. That's just the warm-up. The technique we'll be focusing on after that is the Crucifix, attacks from the Crucifix. The truck and Crucifix are very closely related. So hopefully, you guys, when you learn Crucifix today, you're seeing how much it relates to the truck. So we've been working the coyote hook. He's turtled up with just a regular seat belt where I put my heel next to his ankle right here, and I just peel him open, and I take the back. That coyote hook comes up also when I'm right here in the quarter guard. So I got this position on mat like so, and I have that same hook right here. And I'm gonna take his foot, pull it that way, like that. And I make that work best by connecting my thigh, or his thigh, to my hips. So I pull him next to me like this, and I reverse shrimp for that sweep, coyote sweep. And we usually get there via the Z guard. So we're just gonna start with him kneeling. What's the move here? It's Z, shoot, pull, coyote sweep. Z, I shoot my Z, I pull my Z, bam, and then I switch my hook. My top leg goes here, I hook his ankle, I scissor, and I put his knee on my hip, and I pinch my knees together. Keeping that held tight to me, I start my reverse shrimp, and I sweep him out of it. I underhook the leg, and this is where you guys have some options. If I get here and Matt makes a move to turtle, boom, I can attack truck and back. Now, Z-guard, shoot under your leg, pull to electric underhooks. I'll switch my hooks, grab a coyote hook. He typically will build his base in wizard, boom, which is fine. I'll hit for my reverse shrimp for the sweep. I'll underhook this leg, and I'll take a leg. Or he'll turtle, boom, and I'll take a truck. From the truck, some of you guys got a lot of game here now. You can take the back, you can do a lot of other fun stuff there. But the route is sweep off the Z-guard, make them either leg drag or build base. A few minutes. All right, 1, 2. Just reverse shrimp away from me. Yep, and boom. And I gotta run. You chase truck. Say I roll, you roll. I try to keep going, take my back. Boom, Luke still got it. He still got it. This is the best coyote hook, right? But if my leg goes straight, see how the hook, there's no torque now. That makes sense. So if I'm straight, then what's he do? Dog fights, right? Yeah.
And I'm lost in the black defense.
Yeah.
Black on black.
I need like accessories or
We
something.
need a racing strap on the side.
Two racing straps be even more confused. You guys, I'm gonna share a quick detail. Can I use you?
Yes.
You guys, quick detail, guys. When someone's in the coyote position, like you think you're getting a good sweep here, but they go ahead and just lay flat for me. Like he's flat like this. Do you see how I don't gotta keep that leg straight? The torque here doesn't work as well, right? This would be a spot where I pop up, I dog fight, and pop out the back. So if your partner, when you pull them, you shoot, pull, and they kind of just go like this and this leg's straight, there's not a good torque on the leg. When they re-posture and base and their knees bent, now this torque is more effective. Does that make sense, guys? Because it's you actually turning it more. But if it's straight like that, you don't get a good lever, you don't get a good twist on it. So the person on top, if I go Z shoot and I pull and he kind of just lays flat on me, and this grip's hard to get, you're just gonna pop out. But likely they'll go back, he'll whizzer right here, and then he'll cut whizzer with the heel broken. Yeah, and kind of build some more structure, yeah. See how this knee's bent more? Because it's bent more, that torque is better, right? I can get a better, I can go no hands. I can just use the torque itself to make the work happen. That makes sense? So you do 1 or 2 more reps. If the top guy decides he doesn't want to pressure you, in fact, he wants to sprawl away, that's where the dogfight happens. You pop up behind him, and they need a whizzer quick. Because if they're like this sprawling away, they're just giving their back to you. That makes sense, guys? So the top player, you might get bumped forward, but typically you'll back up a little bit, you'll kind of put your weight over them more, and you'll whizzer, right? That's gonna give them the better coyote hook. Then you'll have to base. You'll get swept anyways, etc. Cool, all right, 1, 2, boom. Let's go 90 seconds, guys, 90 seconds. Get his foot behind your knee, right here, and then show me the reverse shrimp a bunch.
Oh.
No, that's it, shrimp towards
into me.
So pull this way. Yep. Pull that way, and then yeah, start turning it the other way. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, guys, time, bring it in. Like I was saying at the beginning of class, we're gonna work crucifix. But I wanna kind of talk about how the crucifix and the truck are related. So, how about Joe? We've been playing truck. So this spot right here should feel pretty familiar to you guys, right? This same kind of positioning in my body is how we're gonna play crucifix today. Right, I'm just turned around. The same kind of controls. I wanna control his far leg, I'm gonna control his far arm. The main difference being obviously his head's here. There's a lever of his spine I can control. Unlike his hips, I couldn't manipulate his spine with just his pelvis, but here there's cross-face opportunities. And when I'm in the crucifix, I need to emphasize winning this space that I see right here. Right? If I don't dominate this space on Joe in here, it really changes the game. Even I have a seatbelt, he can reach his arm behind me right here. He's gonna end up winning this place. And there's a move in wrestling called the Peterson rule. So we're just gonna do a few reps of Peterson rules just to understand what could happen. And if I have attacking Joe's, and this happens a lot, I'm like a referee position. You know, I have tight waist, I have Joe's elbow, and he controls my wrist or my elbow line. Right here, you can see I've got my wrist, or he can grab his elbow over my elbow, right here. One of those two is work. And then he can kind of duck underneath me and roll me over. Boom. And in wrestling, that's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, cool, wrestling. How does this look in Jiu Jitsu? It's not the same, right? So different sports, different rule sets, different moves are different in different sports, right? So in Jiu Jitsu, I'd be like, fuck yeah. I'd reverse shrimp out. I'd start attacking his neck. You know what I'm saying? Bad move in Jiu Jitsu. Maybe a good move in wrestling. So we're gonna modify our Peterson move, where we're not gonna actually roll and give him a crucifix. We're gonna use a Peterson mechanic to reverse the position. And Joe's doing a good job of dominating this space over here. But if he gave me this arm out here, so now I'm winning the inside position on this space, and I control his wrist, I can duck down and come out the back here. This could be a nice Kimura. It could be a double on his hips. It could be my own seatbelt. Does that make sense, guys? It's me just reversing with the Peterson mechanic. It's really about that space right there. If he has a seatbelt and he keeps this space full, I can never turn into the Peterson. I can never make the Peterson happen. But if I get my arm to this side of him, so my hand popping over here, I can duck down, and it makes that control on my neck really hard to manage. It makes it really hard to follow my head through. If I couple that with holding on to his elbow or his wrist, I can completely reverse the position. So if I'm here, like Joe was showing at the beginning, he went wrist control. I typically try to find the elbow. I like to bite the whole elbow, hold my head in, and when I come up, I go Kimura. This you can roll them. There's an infinite amount of things that happen here. You can even go truck here. So I'll go boom like this, bam, and I pull truck like that. Twisters are right there. But you do your own thing. You can see where you end up. But the move we're looking at is he had a seatbelt on me. He had a nice position right here, but he wasn't thinking about this space enough. He didn't dominate this space enough. So that allowed me to get my arm to this outside, duck my head down. If he hangs on my neck, he can hang on pretty tight. Eventually his grip will break. I can claim his waist, I can claim his seatbelt. I can dominate the space. Cool, so let's do a few of those so we know the vulnerability of this position right here. If I just have a far side seatbelt, man, he can do a lot. He can pop out on me, take my back. Cool, a few minutes, 1, 2. Modified Peterson. You gotta have that one. You gotta have that one. So you need to get this knee out like that. Yeah, now get your arm around his waist. Right here, now duck down low. Pop out right there.
See what I'm saying?
Your posture up. Now attack him. Attack him. Yeah, control his waist. His seatbelt. Now see you switch it up. You guys see how this is an infinity drill? You guys see the infinity drill? Watch these guys right here. He shook his head yes, so he must have. No, he said yes though. He said yes. So
okay.
Now watch. It doesn't have to be a long one, because he can do it to you, right? He holds the elbow, he reverses, he pops out, he takes the seatbelt on. Right? He could dominate the space and shut it down. Right? He could put his knee on the inside and really own this spot. Now you can't reverse it. But you can always move your hips away, bite your hand in, yeah, exactly, bite your head to the other side, you pop out. Now you take the seatbelt. So you can get a lot of reps on this real quick. Does that make sense, guys? Try that for 20 more seconds, 30 more seconds, and we'll switch it up. 1, 2. You're like, no. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I was like, infinity, what are you talking about?
Some good reps, let's go. All right, guys, let's do some crucifix. We're gonna attack, just like we attack right here with the truck, we drive our knee in like this, and just keep finding our way in. We're gonna do the same thing this way. So we're gonna put our knee in that pocket right there and just start wedging our knee in. We wanna dominate that space, all right? Just weight over time, especially a point of weight over time, and then opening that space up. The wedge of our knee thigh happens. I wanna find an underhook on this arm, so I'll be immediately driving right here, and then I'm gonna cross face across his eyes. So like right on his cheek, you kind of can almost bite someone's cheek with your thumb right there, and then your knuckle goes right in their eye socket, and you can turn their face really well with that position. So Daniel knows all about this. I'll just kind of punch his face, start turning his head, and then I'm gonna grab his shoulder. And I'm gonna keep his head turned by anchoring my hand on his shoulder, and I'll start driving this in to find that. And that's how I attack this crucifix right here. This is where I will cook some people sometimes. And the way you wanna cook him here is keeping a lot of weight on the end of the lever. So his hips are the hinge, right? If I can keep the weight pulled out and way out here, he can't really posture. And my weight shifting this way, I'm sliding out, and I'm cross-facing him like that. And that sucks on Daniel. Yeah. Boom. All right, so then if I want to set up this now, it's very similar to the truck, and then I use my foot to peel his arm open and put my bottom hook in. And then I can pull him back or roll forward, just like the truck. In this case, this is roll back. I pull him back. And right here, it's kind of like the truck, but I want to be angled in. I want to wedge my body like that, right here. So it's hard for Daniel to push into me. And when I get right here, I'm just gonna keep that wedge. It might be on his shoulder still, it might be just like this, but I keep his head wedged forward like that, so he can't push into me. It makes it hard. Like if he can do that, he can relieve a lot of pressure. But if I can just turn my body like that, how does that feel, Daniel?
Yeah, great.
Can you push into me, or is it harder?
No, I can't push it.
And by me taking my torso and turning my torso down like that, I create a wedge you can't really push into. Daniel, can I see the other Daniel real quick? You ever been in side control? Trying to push me over, Daniel. Like you just have an angle sideways like this, push my shoulder, keep driving, and he can't push me over because of the angle of my body. Right? That's how you want the crucifix. When you're here in the crucifix, I want if my body's like this way. If my body, my torso's angled up, push. You'll roll me over like that. Right? But if I take my torso and I angle it like this, you feel the difference? Push. You see what's happening here? He's really doing a lot of work and just stressing out his neck. And every time he pushes, I get a better shot at his neck. Because what happens is his neck's crunched. And that's what I want. I want to keep this crunch happening, and I control his meat. And then when he pushes back, his neck opens a little bit, and that's when I punch in. And I take the short choke. The wedge of your body is crucial in crucifix control, so they don't push over you and bridge on top of you. That makes sense. I know I covered a lot of details there, but you should have that truck position pretty down. The big difference here is I'm cross-facing the shit out. I'm just like wedging my knee in, cross-facing his face, anchoring on his shoulder, keeping his head turned and kind of cranking his neck. That's gonna give me better access to this 5-0 over here. And then I can use my foot to get my hook. I can pull him backwards. And then right here, I'll reverse shrimp out for that angle. And you see how I got the forward angle this way? His head's kinked. What are you gonna do here? Try to push. Then I'll let him push and work. And then I'll give him a little bit of space, just enough to get my hand underneath, and then I'll punch the short choke. My chin will cover my hand, and I'll pull my elbow back for the choke. And we just have a basic like truck control. He's turtled up. I wedge my knee in. Here, I'm already fishing this, and then I start fishing that, turn his face, grab his shoulder. This will make this gap easier to control. I can start using this wedge to drift the weight out here. So I'm kind of breaking them down. And then I can take this foot for this hook. I prefer this hook, like this, like that. There's a nice calf break right here, or forearm slicer right here. Very similar to your perfect calf break in the truck. It's identical, except it breaks the arm. And then again, if I'm like this and my hips are up, Daniel can push over me. But he opens his neck when he does that. See, it's hard to push and keep your chin tucked. So what you do is you wedge in hard. When you push, Daniel, it's hard, huh?
Yeah, that's hard.
Now, then go one more time. Try it hard. Oh, you gave it to me. Boom. So you kind of stick them there, and they get stuck. They try and they get stuck. Then you let them roll a little bit, and their chin will lift. And that's usually when I like to punch it home. Cool. That's the basic crucifix short choke route for me. Works really well, guys. Cross face really well. Keep their head pinned, and then use the shoulder to pin their head this way. So it's a constant state of head control. We'll come back to it. 1, 2. People are pumped. Like, yeah, let's do this. Let's crucifix. This one will go. Here. Then you can use this to pull me back. And you can use this to reverse shrimp. You guys, I see people trying to choke them in this turtle position, guys. A couple things, guys. I see you right here, and you're trying to go like on the neck right now. He's gonna have his shoulders shrugged and his chin kind of hidden. So he'll have his, like this elbow might be tight, so it's gonna be, see, I don't have a lot of access to his chin. That's why I'm saying the eye socket. The eye socket. Like cranking his head up like that. That won't happen if I'm down here on his chin. He's too strong. I have to go on his eyes, higher on his head, and I'll be able to lift his head a little bit, right? This same movement here, when I pull this arm out and I switch my hook, is your 4x4 entry. So when I pull him back, that's the same entry as you do on the truck. I just pull him back, and I put this hook in. The big thing I need to see you guys do right here is that reverse shrimp, like I was saying. If I just stay right here and he can push back on me, boom, and now I don't really have a good angle on the choke. So I gotta reverse shrimp out and put the shoulder in the back of his neck. That makes sense. Now when he pushes into me, it's harder to push into me. Big dude, but it's just the angle, right? So I let him try again, and then I let him go. And then I put my chin on top of my hand, guys. Some of you guys are putting your head like back here. Capture your hand. Get right next to this motherfucker. It's a photo op. We're boys. 10P fam for life. Get right next to him. Cool. All right, 1, 2.
I'm gonna get out.
I can let him push into me a few times. It doesn't work that well. Try again, and then I let him go. Let it open. I'll shoot the choke, and then I want to reestablish that wedge. So I might reverse shrimp again.
Okay, so it's that bottom leg.
Yeah. You guys, let me show it to everybody. There's the reverse shrimp, guys, comes up twice. I got the question of what leg is hooking here. It's typically going to be me, like, again, on the eyes and lift. Using my bottom leg to push that out. And then my top leg clears it to my bottom hook. And if you find this hook other ways, that's fine too. Sean Babbitt's a master. I don't know how he does. He can flying puts this hook in somehow. So he gets here really well. It makes you keep the weight way out here. It's hard for him to retract his arms. And then this foot can push. So I can push myself back. Now this is where it reverse shrimps. I have to pull my hip out and put my shoulder on his neck. That makes sense, guys? And I'm gonna let him gas himself out, trying to push, but eventually I let him push back and that opening happens. Right? That's when I shoot the choke and I hit another reverse shrimp. And that's what resets the angle right there. Because if I was right here, right, I can have a choke here, but if he pushes over the top of it, it goes away. I had to go to the back here. So this could be like, I would go switch. I try to find his back. But if I was keeping the crucifix and he pushed back on me, boom, right here, and I shot this choke, I would want to reverse shrimp down like that and really hide the short choke now. Now it sucks, Andre. You know the short choke's bad because you open up, you put the choke in, and then you shut his head on top of it. You close the short choke on his neck. And it's all because of the angle of your body. He pushes back, and you do another one of those. Cool. So use that reverse shrimp, and then also make sure you're not getting shoved over against you. You know what I'm saying? You control the position. If he's driving into you and you don't want to move, you just slide a little bit, or you don't move at all. And then when you allow him to rock you, that's when you allow him to open up the space. You take your choke at that point, and then you put him back when he's supposed to be wedged up in that position. Cool. All right, 1, 2. A few more. There you go. You want to see the color? Yeah, color points.
Oh.
You're still a little angled. There we go. Keep angling. Trying to keep angled that way. Yeah, you need a little bit better hook. A better hook there. You don't. So much fun stuff. There's so much fun. Firepower. And,
Yeah.
That's the good one when you get that, when you ditch the head. Push.
Yeah.
You guys feeling good? You want some more attacks, maybe? You guys know the no-gi clock? You guys ever fuck with that one? You guys familiar with the clock choke? There's a clock choke. People in pajamas do clock chokes. They walk around your head all crazy. Luke, do you want a clock choke? Zach.
I'd love
He volunteered Zach. He looked right at you when he goes, ah. We like to hang out right here and talk about religion.
John chapter 8
All kinds of
mostly.
things.
Yeah.
Um,
Look into it.
and we're trying to bring all this together. All the chokes, right? Trying to like cut off this side, force his shoulder into this side. That's the choke, right? That's how you strangle somebody, you close these off. So you're kind of already compacting this play right here. And that's what we want to do, is we want to figure out how to make our partner like compact this position, right? And what I need is this arm through here and this arm like that. So I can pull that one in and push my shoulder to the other side. You guys see how I'm compressing that space right there? And then I want to use weight on this shoulder so I can start to bring it forward. He's tapping now, but if I didn't get a tap here, I could put my head on the mat and start dropping weight into it for the tap. If it was a gi play, you're kind of walking around the top. You remember it now? Kick clicking, yeah, the clock choke. So this would be a gi play typically, but no gi, you can do the same thing. You can compress this space right here, right? So you'll go cross face here, you'll pin, and I'll take this hand out, usually hold that arm in, and then I gotta swivel somehow backward. You guys see where I'm at? Right, and then both of these rev. They both kind of turn in as I shoulder forward, right? And you may get taps right there, but if you need to, you'll start to walk around the top, putting his shoulder on the mat. I'm trying to get his belt right there as I walk that way. Makes sense, guys? So sometimes you can just shoot him. Sometimes you'll get a nice shot for the position, but typically it's after I cook him right here for a while that I'll pack the arm and work another arm. He kind of can see that position. He's kind of used to this, and now he's letting it smaller and smaller and smaller, and then I can slowly apply it. I get one more person.
Yeah, I'd love to see it on someone else.
Yes.
Or truly.
Same setups, guys. We're here. You know, we're cross-facing at the eyes, and I'm really trying to open up this space. The more I can lift his head, see, I'm just lifting his head up. I'm just getting more access to his neck. I'm controlling his spine right here. And then I'll be also hand fighting right here. You'll swivel underneath, and my arm will slide off of his face and drop into his neck. And then I'll be able to grab that shoulder right there. I'm gonna curl those in, like so. Right there. And I'll start squeezing the tap. If I don't get the tap there, I'll put the shoulder on the mat. I'm gonna relax it a little bit, put the shoulder down, and then I'd walk around it. And it does what you're supposed to do. Rolls the shoulder into the neck. When you're doing that, make sure you're trying to push this shoulder into that artery. This is my weak side. Does it still work? Yeah, it still works. Cool. No-gi clock, mess with it. 1, 2. The no-gi clock. That's right. See if it works on mic. You want to see? Let's see if it works on mic. This will be a test. All right, so Mike, this happens with us. I hang out here with you as cross-face goes. I just try to stay on his neck for a long time. And I want to get here. I want to get through here, like that. And then curl all this in. Works.
Lights are going out. Yeah,
Dizzy, right?
Oh yeah.
I need to see this close more before you walk around. No. So you guys are gonna be like that. This goes like this.
It's like pulling him into
Yeah. Pull this shoulder towards this hand or this hand. You know. Does that feel tighter? Yeah. Now start putting weight towards this. Boom. Yeah. So let me see you turtle here. This little cinch. When you're here. This little cinch. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then when I add weight to that, it gets worse. But you'll get better at finding the spot without it. It's not perfect. It'll work.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. Definitely works. You guys, let's do some live work. You're welcome to keep drilling. And in fact, I'd like to see you kind of move through the flows. So we started in the Crucifix, you can see Daniel, we started hanging out like right here, talking about Crucifix. So you could do start here, cross face and go live. Play that route. You know what I'm saying? Maybe get it all set up. You know, can you go live? Or can you get him back to here? And when you get to here, what happens? Did he blast out? You lose the crew? You lost it? Spun on top of you or whatever? Or you strip out properly and get a good angle on? That makes sense, guys? So, can you keep him in the Crucifix? What submissions can you find with Crucifix if you keep him there long enough? Make sense, guys? Just hanging out, playing Crucifix from the turtle and the Crucifix position. Everyone know what's happening. We're going live, or you're gonna keep drilling. Up to you. This is the part where I just check out. Hope no one gets hurt. All right, love you guys. 1, 2. To the death, Emilio.
I'm the white Eddie Bravo.
Did he just say he's the white Eddie Bravo?
The white Eddie Bravo. Right there.
White Eddie Bravo.
I can't even say that fast. Say that fast 10 times.
White Eddie Bravo. White Eddie Bravo. That's what they call me.
You summon Zach.
A lot of people are saying it. Here I am, fucking.
A lot of people. There's a lot of people.
A lot of people are saying it.
On the streets. On the streets.
Out there.
Out there in the streets. Play some back control, guys. You'll never worry about the timer. Just get out, switch, get out, switch. That's that. Lane to back. Mike. You guys, I'm gonna show you a bonus move. If you don't have this, I want to make sure you have this. This is bonus move. Bonus move. Bonus move. Zach, let Big Mike mount you. I know it's scary. Let Big Mike mount you. And Big Mike put an arm triangle on Zach. Holy shit, right? Like, but then Zach, I want you to get your right hand to his far hip. You're underneath between you guys. Yeah, go through there, push on his far hip. Now turn into that hand, pushing his hip away and go. Mike,
He'll let me, you know?
Yeah, don't let him, Mike.
He'll let me. Don't let him?
No, don't let him. So
Bridge.
my whole point, guys, you get that far hand of that hip, even with Big Mike, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for Mike to get a true arm triangle tap. You might smother him. You might, but chances are Zach's gonna be able to go. Go, Mike. Yeah, Zach will do that. He'll, I can always tell where Zach's at. But he's not gonna get tapped. So everybody, get mounted, put an arm triangle on. Person on bottom, put their hand on the far hip. You guys just did it, right? You guys know the power of it. Let's see it real quick, Sam. Arm triangle, Joe. Get your best arm triangle. Joe, put the hand on the far hip. Turn, Joe. Go. All right. Nope, not gonna happen. Nope, not yet, exactly. Try it. Right over here. Good job, Joe. Hand on the far hip. Go. He's out. No problem. You guys can get your hand on the far hip. You will not. They have to leave the arm triangle, change it up on you. They have to unmount you. They have to go to a rear naked choke grip. They have to change something. So I just want to throw it out there. That's a lifesaver when it comes on. You guys want to just take a picture and roll? Let's do that. 1, 2, boom. Hop up. Meet me on the wall. Boom, boom. You guys are transitioning from truck to crucifix. You kept some of the warm up in the cycle. You guys started out with coyote speed. You made them turtle and you hit a truck. You guys are pretty damn smooth on that, which is really cool to see because you're taking a couple complex moves, putting them together, and you're sweeping somebody, trucking them, and taking their back. That's a really nice route to have in your game. Then we moved into the crucifix and we talked about some of the pitfalls of not controlling that inside space, namely the Peterson roll. The Peterson roll will reverse it on you. You'll get your back taken. They'll have the crucifix on you in a couple seconds. Then we talked about the crucifix and really managing the spine. That's what crucial for me is turning the face, holding the shoulder like this, keeping their spine held up, and then using the same truck entry that we did a few weeks ago, the 4x4, just pulling them back in the crucifix. Once you have them in the crucifix, the controls there are really dependent on the way you position your body. The wedge makes a huge difference. If you're wedged into them, they're basically fixed. They struggle to get out of it. Or you go to your back, they can roll, they can escape, but you can also transition there. So we'll talk about that next Thursday or this Thursday. I think that's all. Oh, then I showed you some arm triangle stuff, some short choke stuff. Hope you guys picked up. I'm gonna put all these on YouTube. I'm gonna try to put everything on YouTube, so it's always there for you guys, always a resource. You can go back and look and see how jacked you were 10 years from now. What happened?
Cool.
Oh,
You guys ready?
we're ready.
3, 2, 1. Hey.
Oh, crucifix.